Hi, and welcome to Cavallo Technology Financial Crime Screening Agent Demo built on Databricks. I'm Mélanie Dagenet, Director of Financial Crime Compliance, and I'll be presenting today with Guillaume Coley, Director of Data Science and AI. As part of our financial crime compliance program, your organization uses client due diligence processes to manage its risk. Leveraging generative AI and agentic AI, Cavallo is presenting a powerful screening solution designed to detect high-confident potential client match against a large inventory of primary, secondary watch lists, and open source data. The agent delivers broader and deeper screening capabilities compared to traditional solution, ensuring consistent results and enabling rapid, high-volume processing. This enables your organization with an immediate high-impact reduction of reputational risk and strengthening the customer risk rating framework. Let's have a look at this scalable, customizable, audit-ready screening system.
Thanks, Melody. Let's jump in. So how does this agent look like and how does it work? I'm going to start something, actually going to do a bit of an adverse media search for myself. So on the left, you have kind of the options you have. You could do adverse media, PEP, sanctions, any combinations. You have the customer information. Again, this is customizable through your organization. If you have more, we figured out kind of like the minimum valuable information was name, country, occupation, and potentially date of birth and potentially occupation. In this case, I'm going to stay very general as a demo, and I'm going to select a few research search tools. I'll remove Perplexity and use Cavallo instead. Google with DuckDuckGo as well, and launch the analysis. So as this is going, we'll get back and see the results later. I have run a few of those that we can look at together. So the first one we're going to look at is Harjinder Dudwal, if I pronounce that right. And we're gonna see here we're seeing the final results. We have adverse media screening, PEP screening, and section screening. But before we dive into the results, let's take a look at what the agent does in the background. So in the first section about adverse media screening, there's a couple of steps. The first one is we'll go out on the internet and search for links, URLs, sources of information. Once we get those sources, based on the information that was given us, the full name in that case, we confirm if the people that the sources are talking about are potentially the same as our customer that we've input the name. So that's the identity matching. Then in that particular case, we found that 2 out of the 13 records that were found are high confidence matches. So the AI decision on, yes, this is the right person for 2 of those sources. Of those, then we go to the next step, which is, okay, now we have 2 sources talking about our client. Are those adverse or not adverse? In this particular case, 2 out of the 2 were indeed adverse media. So that closes the adverse media screening part. Jumping into the PEP screening. Here, let's see. We first take a look at open PEP databases. In that case, we don't find any name that looks like our client. So we skip to PEP web searching. So again, a live search where we go out, using search tool to the internet, bring back information, doing the identity matching, making sure this is talking about our person. In that case, again, 2 out of 11 were identified as high confidence matches. But none of those results were confirmed that the customer was as a PEP. So that concludes the PEP screening. Then we move into sanction screening, where we used databases to look for name. In that particular case, we did not find any matches for our customer. So that brings us back to the results, where we have adverse media screening. Yes, adverse media was found. We can see a summary where Harjinder Dudwal significant adverse media presence, specifically related to tax evasion, some details on what was found, and then a detailed analysis on why do we think it's the right person, the identity matching, what's the nature of the adverse media, and really summarize what we found, as well as the sources, which are also available here. So in that case, sentence for tax evasion. So yes, that's a person. This is for the high confidence matches. And then we still kind of provide what other things we found. So in that particular case, Coleman Dudwall, which actually is the partner of our clients, is also involved in tax evasion case. And then another person that's unrelated, but the name has enough similarities. And again, this one is a bit harder to see, but in terms of distance between names, it's close enough, not perfect. Again, a score of 60, almost 62%, but kind of unrelated person there. PEP screening is the same idea. Here it's green because nothing indicated that the individual was a PEP. But still talking about the matches that we found and the other matches that are not matches. And then nothing in the sanction size because we didn't find any sanction. Another example that I wanted to showcase you was Sophie Grégoire, who's the ex-wife of Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada. And here we ran adverse media and PEP. And interesting result, the agent found adverse media. However, when you look at the details about that adverse media reports, they were due to credible threats made against her. So quickly, the person reading the summary is like, okay, yes, there's bad things going on, but it's against her and nothing that was found that she did. So that's very interesting. And also the agent found a record in a PEP database. And what's really interesting here is that the database where the PEP record was found had Sophie Grégoire's name in Russian alphabet. So using the power of Gen AI, we're able to match not just character by character, but even in different languages. Again, for Gen AI, Sophie Grégoire in any language, in any alphabet, is the meaning of Sophie Grégoire. So that made the agent capable of finding that this is an exact match, this is the right person. And you can see spouse of the Prime Minister of Canada. So very pleased with that ability to find that name in a different alphabet. And then another example as well that we ran here, another Russian, Vladimir Putin. So here what we wanted to illustrate was that the agent is able to go further than just the exact name for the exact character. Here I specifically missed an I in the first name, and then I used the French spelling of Putin. And the agent was still able to find that, yes, there's adverse media. Yes, it's the president of Russia. Here, some details and, the summary of the right person, even though we misspelled the first and last name in there. What was really interesting as well was the PEP screening. So here you'd think that Vladimir Putin would show up in an open PEP database. It did not. There was no Vladimir Putin or any closed names in the open PEP database that we use. So switching to the web search and kind of a live search for PEP allowed us to capture that, obviously. But for Vladimir Putin, it's obvious, but for other people, it might not be. Even if it's not in the database, switching to that live search of the internet allows for this to be found. And then finally, in the sanctions database, we did find Vladimir Putin. And again, this ability for the agent AI-powered to look further than an exact match. When you look at what we input or maybe what we have at the bank for our customer, And what the database, sanction database has, which is, by the way, the real full name of the Vladimir Putin, it's a lot different. There's a whole middle name that is not there. Spelling the last name is different, but AI was able to match with a score of 60% and consider that, yes, this is the right person that we're looking at, and then flag that as a sanctioned person. So those are the 3 examples. Let's go back to myself. So let's see. Yay, no adverse media screening, which is good. Interesting things. Data science leader, that's me. Yes, Cavallo technology, that's me as well. And here I wanted to show, yes, Instagram user from France. I don't think that's me there. But again, we didn't put any occupation, we didn't put any country, so really speaks to the breadth of search that we can do, as well as it even found a few other people share the same last name but are not related as other matches. And yeah, that's me. So yeah, pretty. Oh, that's me too. So really the ability of the agent to find the right person and to extract the information really well with that kind of non-exact matches, which is important. So how does this work? This leverages Gen AI, obviously. Takes an input, as I showed, leverages web searches, watch lists, databases, does PEP classification, adverse media classification, identity matching, a lot of content extraction, details of the person extraction in the background, and then gives you the result on sanctions, PEP and HIO and adverse media. We've built this in leveraging Databricks, which is a data and AI platform. So very easy to integrate this agent if you're already on Databricks. I'll pass it to Melanie.
Thank you, Guillaume. So again, the agent uses multi-engine search, Google, Perplexity, DuckDuckGo, advanced name and identity matching, where you could also choose different thresholds. It gathers information from comprehensive open database coverage, continuous and timely data updates to provide results with less noise, where it classifies as adverse and PEP classification, and an extensive AI summary. The agent could be used at ad hoc screening when proceeding with enhanced due diligence or for automated screening for new clients and even ongoing monitoring. Customize your screening. So based on your enterprise risk assessment, you can choose your parameters from your screening interest, PEP, adverse media, or sanction, or all 3. The search engine, Google, DuckDuckGo, and how deep, how many results you want to consider. You can introduce specific keywords if you would like and can select the screening list based on your business. You can also decide what country you want the search engine to screen and the percentage of match you want to look at. Who's Cavallo Technology? We are a data and AI company composed of 4 teams: data engineering, data science and AI, cybersecurity and software, and financial crimes. We successfully deliver high-impact data solution for our clients. Thank you for listening, and if you want to learn more, please don't hesitate and get in touch.